As we were talking about, Hillary Clinton now vowing to tackle the issue of mass incarceration if she is elected president. Meantime, former New York City Police Commissioner Bernie Kerik saying he supports that position. Kerik with Newsmax TV's Steve Malsberg. Let's take a listen.
I didn't hear her whole speech. I heard some of it, and I commented on it this morning. Here's what I think she's focused on, especially the nonviolent offenders. Now, there's two sides of this. There's the first-time nonviolent, low-level drug offenders. They're getting sentenced to 10, 15 years in prison. For, in the federal system, that's what they get. In the state system, it would be 60 days. It would be a misdemeanor. It wouldn't be a felony. You don't destroy their life. You don't take them away from their community forever. And they don't have that conviction lying over their head for years. On the other side, on the white-collar side, I will tell you, I was with people commercial fishermen that caught too many fish. A guy sold a whale's tooth on eBay. And these are working people that paid taxes, took care of their families, took care of their kids, sent their kids to school, spent on the economy. We're locking up thousands upon thousands of people in this country, mass warehousing people that don't need prison to pay for their mistakes. And I hope that's what she's talking about.
There you have Bernie Kerik talking about his own experience serving time in a federal penitentiary and agreeing with somewhat of what Clinton said, but a lot of people today responding to what she actually was talking about back in 1994. And we played that a clip from her interview with C-SPAN saying she wanted to basically lock a lot of these folks up and throw away the key, talking about the most violent offenders, but also critics out there saying that those policies, the 1994 crime bill that was signed by President Clinton, actually contributed to this overpopulation of these jails, especially by folks from the urban communities.
And then we had Ellis Hennigan on our show saying that he doesn't believe that that is the case at all, that you can't blame a few politicians for what he believes to be decades upon decades of poverty that has caused all the problems that we've seen here.
Certainly the case. Again, I go back to the fact that it would be refreshing to hear Mrs. Clinton say that we tried this, it didn't work, now it's time for something new, maybe more along those lines.
We might hear something sort of like that.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at our personal impact segment. Let's inspire everybody a little bit at home. Our first story is about a World War II vet named Brian Sperry. Sperry served in World War II. He was a former college football player as well. He played in the Orange Bowl back in 1948. He also showed us this week he's still got some moves out there at 89 years old. Sperry was playing in an alumni game when he grabs a ball and makes a touchdown here.
Love
and
it.
This is your alma mater, right?
This is. It's KU.
All right,
Look
go
at that
Jayhawks.
Jayhawks.
See that block
KU.
right there? Blocking is so important in football. You just can't say it enough.
love
Those
that.
guys don't get enough credit.
I mean, literally, that's awesome.
It gives you chills when you see Mr. Sperry running. Of course, he was serving in the Army and then was sent to World War II. Now, also, we have another story about a World War II vet whose baseball career was interrupted by the war. His name is Ronaldo Artizoya. He is the oldest living former New York Yankee player at 95 years old. He was a top pitcher back in the early 1940s prior to being drafted into the service, not into Major League Baseball, into the service in 1943. He played on the 7th Air Force team alongside legends like Joe DiMaggio and Charlie Severa.
So cool. Let's go back now to football, but sticking with the feel-good theme, shall we? You remember Leah Still, John? Yeah, she's the 4-year-old daughter of the Cincinnati Bengals, Devon Still. She's been battling cancer for much of her young life, poor thing, but now, thankfully, Leah is cancer-free after completing treatment. Here she is. Look at that. The Temple Owls and the mascot teamed up to help Leah run 45 yards to score a touchdown, and she made it.
All right.
Good for her.
All right, Miranda, your touchdown is next.
Yes.
But not in this segment. We got to move on to the next story.
All right. What else do kids enjoy besides football? Video games, right? Now Xbox technology is helping children with muscular dystrophy. Researchers at Nationwide Children's Hospital use the motion tracking software to measure upper body movement. They found that children who received higher scores in the game, guess what? They're also doing much better at home. The best part about the research is it's fun. It's fun for the kids. They get to blow up aliens while building up their strength. They should make more gyms like that.
Yeah, and more blowing up of aliens, perhaps. Now, if you have children, you realize how fast they grow up. You buy them a pair of shoes, and it feels like they grow out of them just a few days later. But Ken Lee, an American inventor, has a solution for that. He's teamed up with a shoe designer to create a shoe that grows. It's actually a sandal for kids in poverty. The shoe is revolutionary because it grows with the child's feet, so one pair can actually last about 5 years. Amazing stuff there. And of course, teachers can make a big difference in the life of a child, but in this story, the tables have turned. Kevin Purrs was a high school student in Marilyn Meacham's class back in 1976. Recently, Marilyn received a call from Kevin, and he thanked her for being a great teacher, and he told her he was going to send her a gift. Well, that turned out to be a check for $10,000. Marilyn says she broke down in tears when she received the check and Kevin's note.
I love that. We really can't thank our teachers enough.
Yes.
I mean, kids are spending more time with their teachers than they are with their family.
Especially
and I know you did this once. You personally thanked one of your teachers who recently passed away.
Yeah, my high school professor, Dan Kiever, but also my 5th grade teacher, Miss Silverman, one of my favorites of all time.
I love them. We're going to start to tear up.